Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Color X Malice, and we are going to start Unagi's route today, which I'm very excited about, but also kind of sad about because I haven't let Sidaishi's route digest yet because I haven't had enough time. I would have waited longer, but as you know, I'm really behind in recording everything. Actually, this I don't think we're too bad at. But I've run out of everything else to record, and I didn't want to record Hakuoki back to back after I finished a route. So I'm like, this is the next logical step, and it's only been a couple days since I finished Sidaishi's route. I think it's been 2 days. So wait, this is... Oh god, no! You can't do that! No, you can't do that. Oh my god, you can't do the intro thing. I'll be banned. They'll beat me. Oh, I'm a week ahead. Hey, wow, I'm a week ahead because I'm recording this the day before Thanksgiving. So, and I'm sorry if I get a million texts right now. As soon as I started recording this, I'm like, who the fuck is texting me? I've been sitting here for an hour. Oh my god, it's actually sad. Holidays are awful. Holidays are awful. My mom just texted and she's like, sad news. And I was like, oh dear God, what happened? She did this to me the other day. I was working from home, on a Friday. And she texted me, are you working from home? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm going to call you. And I'm like, oh God, who died? Because she's up there visiting my family. I'm like, I'm like, oh God, my grandfather died. Oh my God, because he's it is 90. I'm like, no, what's going on? Hey, can you go into my bank account and look up something? I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, oh my God. Because my aunt's internet's not the greatest. So I'm like, woman, you scare the fuck out of me when you're like, are you home? Yeah, I'm going to call you. Who died? Who fucking died? You know what I mean? No, my dad's best friend passed away, I guess. Which is really sad, of course, as my mom said, well, now they're together. I'm like, that's even sadder. Because, my dad passed away last year, so. And, I guess my mom's as soon as she got up there, I guess she found out that, my dad's best friend's mother had just passed away. So she was like, oh, I keep meaning to call him, and I didn't, and then he just passed away. I'm like, that fucking sucks. I think his ex-wife, when we were kids growing up, we used to go over there and play all the time. Anytime we went up to visit family, we always saw them. And they had 3 kids, and their daughter died young. I forget exactly what was wrong with her, but she was always kind of sick and stuff like that. So she had passed away a long, long time ago. But I'm pretty sure him and his wife had gotten divorced, and I think she passed away too. So it's just their 2 sons. But I'm like, oh my God, you just lost your grandmother, and then a couple days later, your dad? Jesus! And it's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving? Well, fuck. Oh my God, that's fucking traumatic. That is so fucking... Hold on. My sister just said, hold on. I can't do this. Because I didn't say it, but because my mom was saying that she felt really bad that she didn't get to call my dad's best friend and say anything to at least call him about his mother. And my sister said, she's like, Dad can tell him you wanted to call him. And I was like, that's exactly what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to say anything. I was going to be like, don't worry, he knows. Dad'll tell him. Anyway. So way to start this off with depressingness. I just feel really bad for their kids. Poor fucking kids, they lost their grandmother and then their dad, pretty fucking, within a week, if that. God, that's awful. Okay, so we're gonna start Yanagi's route, so we have to start a new game so that we can select chapter 0. Yeah, okay. And then we can select chapter 0, IG Yanagi. Yes. Ha 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 ha. I'm excited, but I'm traumatized, and I'm just... Okay, hold on. January 1st, 20XX. Oh! Wait, what? Is this the year before? Okay, anyway. It's been a year since the project began. This is a record of the march to X Day. This is written as a report, though someone else may view it as a diary. I decided to leave this record as a way to keep myself calm. Our plan, refined over a decade, is finally coming to fruition. The countdown's executors have assembled on April 1st. The restoration have assembled. On April 1st, the restoration will begin. Okay, so this is supposed to be the year before. Because I'm like, wait, what? That is X Day. It's the year before X Day. So on April 1st, that's what. Okay, so we're backing up. I was like, fuck, we just lost some shit. The plan has been revised countless times. All the necessary materials have been acquired. All of our preparation should be complete. However, precisely because everything was set to begin, I was racked by a mess of emotions. Joy, anticipation, conceit, and unease. Were there any undiscovered holes in the plan? Had we truly created a plan with no flaws? Regardless of how many simulations we run, nothing can account for unexpected developments. No matter how many simulations were run, sorry. Above all, would my heart be able to bear all the sorrow and pain our actions would create? In order to evaluate myself objectively, I decided to write this record. When I read this in a year, on the dawn of Hex Day, I'm sure I'll feel a sense of accomplishment. Someone once said, hate the sin, not the sinner. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's all I think of, I'm sorry. But this view is incorrect. The sin committing humans should be hated. Their species caused despair and sowed evil. Are we alien? Is this guy an alien? Is Zero an alien? Like I'm not reading it in the Monokuma voice. When he's on the screen, we'll read, but I'm just reading it normal because that'll hurt. To purge the humans corrupting this world, we had to swiftly deliver judgment. We had to become stronger. So strong that we could eliminate all sadness. We needed to do it with our own hands, to save those who were devastated in sorrow. Shit! What? Dude! That was intense and kind of creepy. What are you so excited about? Who are you talking to? I know, you're very excited. I don't think there's any birdies out there. Oh, this is Yanagi. A memory that I wanted to erase. But I could never forget it. Couldn't allow myself to forget it. But please, help me! This is what we saw in Sadaishi's route. Forgive me! I'm not sure who's saying this. Please stop! I'm not sure if they're all the same. I had to kill them. That's definitely what I thought. So maybe when we were supposed to be, when the pink was coming up, I was forced to kill. I completely lost control of my thoughts. My hands were moving reflexively. Shit, this is intense already. Instinct had completely taken over. Who is he killing? Yanagi. Oh, he sees Gi. Like, Yanagi. Yanagi! Yanagi! It's probably Enomoto. Too close, Enomoto. Oh, you're way too close. So it was, I assume, when I was like, it's probably Enomoto calling him, but I was like, I don't know, so I'm just going to let it go. Well, you weren't responding, so I was wondering if something was wrong with you. You were totally spacing out, man. Were you sleeping with your eyes open? Enomoto was right in my face, saying something odd. The jarring sight made me blink. He appeared to have been calling my name, so deep in thought I hadn't noticed. Trapped again. Tried to block it out, but it kept playing. Memories, nightmares playing on mental repeat. I've never thought of trying to erase them, but pathetic. Thinking about myself, I smiled bitterly. Sorry, I had something on my mind. Wow, so even you daydream sometimes. Huh? What was that supposed to mean? I just answered his doubts with a look. Enomoto's mouth formed a sloppy grin. I mean, even when you got a lot on your mind, you can hardly ever remember a time when you actually spaced out. So I was wondering if maybe it was something personal, rather than work-related. Whoa! Is it about a girl you like? I decided to just let Enomoto's teasing slide for now. I shrugged and checked the clock. It was almost time for our appointment. Stop being an idiot and focus on taking your job seriously today. At least. It's hard to do all that in one breath. It's hard. Like, I can't. I'm not a voice actor, guys. Boo! Here I thought I'd get to learn a little about your super secret private life. I'm not hiding anything you'd find interesting. I don't know about that. I'm pretty fucking sure who you murdered and the whole thing. That's pretty fucking interesting. If you feel like joking, then why don't we discuss your relationship history? Why don't we discuss your relationship history? Because it's pretty much a joke. It's basically, yeah. Relationship history. Neo Enomoto is a hapless romantic with a history of love affairs that date back to kindergarten. You say love affairs, but I think you just mean that he was like in love with people, because I don't really... Love affairs sounds like he actually has had girlfriends, and I'm pretty sure he's never had one. After learning his teacher was married, he cried for 3 days and nights, and this memory haunts him to this day. Oh, our poor innocent little baby. There's plenty of sad stories there. Well, wait, that doesn't matter right now. Unagi, you don't talk much about yourself. You don't talk about yourself much, sorry. I'm not asking out of half-baked curiosity. I figured us guys should bond sometime, you know? Hey, people who are coming later aren't people that can be underestimated. Wow, you just totally ignored me. If you keep acting like that, they might get a bad impression of you and reconsider working with us. Hey, Yanagi, who do you think you're talking to here? I think I'm talking to you, Enomoto. Everyone is so mean to him. I love it. Oh, Enomoto, you poor thing. Pats him on the head. It's okay. It's okay, sweetie. It's all right. I've got a patent on livening up the... Okay. I've got a patent on livening up the mood. Even the most standoffish people open up. Secret technique. Talk about the weather. Oh, God. I don't think that's the kind of talent they'd be interested in. Hugh, everything will be fine. You vouched for him, right? There won't be anything to worry about. This is interesting. Ooh. I wonder what they're like, though. CSI guy and an ex-hacker, right? Okay, I was wondering. I was like, are we back so far that we're talking about fucking Sasuzuka and fucking Tsureishi? I'm like, are we really? Have we gone back that far? And apparently we have. Okay. When I was still in the force, the higher-ups coordinated with those types. Kinda pumped. I'm completely confident in their skills, but when we meet them, I suggest that you not act so airheaded. What's that? I was wasting my breath. Enomoto didn't even realize what he was doing. This office was our headquarters. We were a detective agency, but that was in name only. We had an appointment with some odd guests. I hope this all goes smoothly. But none of them were... Oh, both of them. I was like, what? I can't read, guys. I can't. We know this by now. Whatever. And both of them are renowned nonconformists. One of them I'd never actually spoken to before, but the rumors gave me an idea what to expect. The other was an old acquaintance, but he's definitely a special case. No, Shidaishi is a special fucking case, but he's a special fucking case that we goddamn adore. We love him, and I'll wait for you until Color X Malice Unlimited is released in the US, or I can learn to read Japanese so I can play the game. That's how long we'll wait. Hopefully not that long. All I'm saying is hopefully, because this game got localized, they'll localize that one. Because it just came out in Japan this year, so we probably won't get it till the end of next year, maybe 2020. Oh my god! I can't wait that long! That's why I really need to learn how to read Japanese. I'm better at reading it than speaking it. That's pretty funny, so anyway. Well, you'll know once we meet them. Be ready. You think now it's painful? We, play 20 minutes. It takes an hour to play 10 minutes of game. It's going to be just as bad when I try to read Japanese. Hold on, wait! That is this? So it means like that? I think I can't read now. Anyway, sure thing! Man, you're such a worrier, Yanagi. Seeing Enomoto's smile so wide had the opposite effect of what he intended. Like me, Enomoto once worked for the police. However, he quit after being betrayed. Ever since then, he hasn't trusted people. I really couldn't blame him for that. Even though he hadn't seen me in a long time, he made no effort to hide his caution. When Enomoto was with the police, we crossed paths several times at crime scenes. We didn't interact often, but we knew each other enough for him to invite me drinking, so I think our relationship is decent. But it's like he's become a totally different person since he quit the force. Sorry, Enomoto.
Huh? What's this now?
I don't know whether expanding our team will go well or not. But there's a limit on how much progress we can make with this investigation on our own.
Hey, I told you. There's nothing to worry about if you choose them. I'm completely useless, you know?
Oh, at least you know.
Anything to lighten your load is fine in my books.
Alright then. Couldn't help but return Enomoto's smile. I recalled when I first invited Enomoto to help me after we'd both quit the police. Satake recommended him, and I was aware of who he was, so I figured it was worth a shot. Back then, Enomoto didn't trust anyone. I could still remember the way he eyed me. He eyed us that way, we understand. Even now, I can't say he's helping much. Despite his lack of results, he stays upbeat. Enomoto trusts me deeply now. When I first suggested that we add more collaborators, he agreed with me. Even though I knew he was still reeling, I was glad to have his trust.
I need people that can trust me.
God knows what he's hiding. I mean, Shiraishi was hiding, like, some major shit. But, like, Yanagi, what are you hiding? You can't be Zero because we wouldn't have killed you in that bad ending. Why would you have us kill you? You know what I'm saying? So that kind of, like, gave away that I really don't think he's part of Adonis because why would they have us kill him? That could have been a ruse.
I'm taking out my competition.
I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. There was a knock on the door.
Oh, sounds like they're here.
Without waiting for us to respond to their knock, opened the door. Hey! It's been a while, Yanagi. Oh, it hasn't been long enough. I still love you. Oh, at least you're not Joe now. But you're gonna do horrible things, Shiraishi. You're crazy, weird robot. Oh, I love you. Anyway, the grinning man was one of the people that we'd been expecting. We just met last week. Oh, was that what it was? Yes, that's when we decided to meet here. Without that meeting, you wouldn't be here today. That's true. Thankfully, I've been busy with work. Guess I just lost track of time. And by work, I'm assuming you've just found some new hobby entirely unrelated to work, right? Yep, that's exactly what I mean. Anyway, you're here. And I assume that you're Takeru Sasuzuka. Hi. I got Sasuzuka. Yeah. I'm surprised he said hi, not Why is he saying I'm? Anyway. Takeru Sasuzuka, 24. He's an IT specialist who used to be assigned to the Cybercrime Prevention Division. He was one of the people they brought on at Investigations HQ prior to my resignation. I only knew him from his resume, because I couldn't remember all the new faces there. It was probably the same to him. He'd have no reason to remember my face. But I'm gonna guess Sasuzuka probably does because he knows everything, right? I'd heard of his considerable talents. Legality aside, he specialized in hacking. Pretty baby-faced for a 24-year-old. Shut up, he's adorable and we love him. He's also a bitch, which is what we love. He's the non-glasses-wearing asshole. That was my first impression of Sasuzuka. He didn't look like a genius hacker to me. But what's with those eyes? As soon as Sasuzuka entered the room, he'd been glowering at us with a narrow-eyed glare. I thought you meant the fact that he's got cat eyes. Am I the only one that notices this shit? Yeah, clearly. The look he gave me in Enomoto. It was almost a look of animosity. It was our first meeting, so I had to wonder what had so thoroughly rankled him.
Wow, so you're the profiler. Seriously, bro? Damn, you're tiny.
Enomoto seized upon the moment to shatter the silence and the tension without the slightest hint of restraint. Sasuzuka visibly stiffened. He was obviously upset. No, Enomoto, Shiraishi's the profiler.
Eh?
You're pretty slow on the uptake. You couldn't tell from our conversation.
Oops. Sorry.
I'm Kagayuki Tsureishi from HQ's Crime Lab. I'm currently heading up Field Ops support. After the X-Day cases grew complicated, I was transferred to Shinjuku, and that's when I met you. I don't think Tsureishi would remember him. I didn't think. What was your name? Inoki, was it? Because he doesn't remember people's names.
What? Minamoto? Inagi even said my name earlier.
Did he now?
Wow, is this guy the type that just ignores what people say? Well, never mind. Nice to meet you. I'm Mineo Inamoto, formerly of Field Ops Team 2 at Shinjuku Station. This is my first time meeting a profiler. Can you guys really tell everything about the bad guys just by observing them?
Inamoto was a bit starstruck by Tsureishi. I can understand why. He's beautiful. I lost count of the times I'd seen this. I heaved a sigh. Profilers were psychological analysts, not mind readers. That's funny. He faced Inamoto's misconception head on. Tsureishi laughed as if enjoying himself. You seem to be misunderstanding what a profiler's job is. But sure, let's just go with that. I can size someone up and know everything. That's especially true when it's a kid like you.
Real?
You should basically just assume that you can't hide anything from me.
Everything? Really? Like what?
You had rice and fish for breakfast today, didn't you?
What? How did you know?
Anyone could know this by looking at him. Inamoto didn't appear to have noticed, but there was rice on his shirt collar. It wasn't dried out, so it must have fallen there pretty recently. Also, oh my god, you just... Fish was probably an educated guess. Fish was a standard compliment to white rice for breakfast. Fish and rice for breakfast? No. I can't do that. Like, you can eat eggs for breakfast. And like ham and eggs in an omelet, or like ham and eggs on a like English muffin or a bun or something, but I can't do like chicken for breakfast. No. Or like fish for breakfast. Like I can't. I'm trying to think, like, is there anything that I would actually have that had chicken in it for breakfast? No. Like, there's certain breakfast meats, and there's other things you just don't eat for breakfast. But pancakes you can fucking eat at any time. I've said this before. Pancakes are always good, and now I want fucking pancakes. I always want fucking pancakes. Anyway, he probably played the odds. Not to take anything away from how quickly Tsureishi had figured Inamoto out. I imagine you're a fan of Toshizo Hijikata. Why in the world? Well, that's because that's not how they spelled it in... That's not how they spell it in... Hakuoki. Don't they call... Well, no, it's Toshizo. But I don't know if they put the U with it. Do they? I don't remember. I don't know why when I was reading and I had to pause, and then I saw the Hijikata after, and I'm like, I'm so fucking dumb. I should learn to read the whole sentence before I'm like... We're all a fan of Hijikata here. My god. Tsureishi, you just got hotter.
What? How?
Minamoto was currently in front of his desk. In a corner of his somewhat sloppy arranged desk lay several books. This is why we get along with Enomoto. Oh my god, Enomoto! Let's go play Hakuoki together! There's something about it that I'm just like, it's the same fucking game developers, and you're just like, ah! It's just exciting. You're like, oh my god, it's like... I don't know why it makes me excited. It does. It's like when voice actors are in other games, I just get really excited about it. Stupid. Anyway, all of their titles had Toshizo Hijikata or Shinsengumi in them. That's obvious from looking, too. Still, to notice this so quickly, Tsureishi was undoubtedly very skilled at his job. Also, you should find a new hiding spot for that stuff you're hiding in your bookcase.
Huh?
Ow! When he violently spun to check his bookcase, Enomoto stubbed his foot on his chair. His expression and the way his eyebrows locked in on the shelf completely gave away his stash. His stash? What are you hiding? Sorry, just my sister responding to my other sister responding to my mom's text about my dad's best friend. So she started chuckling at Enomoto's transparent reactions. I see. A fan of indecent publications, eh?
How did you know that? Profilers are amazing and scary.
Indecent publications. Enomoto, do you have porn over there? Really, you shouldn't put porn on the... And also, you sleep in the kitchen a foot from Yanagi. That's gross, Enomoto. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You didn't even need to express how much he enjoyed Enomoto's sincere surprise and awe. Enomoto, you don't even know you're being mocked. That's because he's so dumb, but we love him anyway. Felt a little sorry for him, but I didn't want to drag this out. Sasuke had stayed quiet during it all. Sadaishi and Enomoto, let's stop there. By the way, Enomoto, you were... What a hopeless idiot. Now. It was too late. Sasuke practically spat the words out. Yay. Impossible. Sorry, Sadaishi. There's no way I can work alongside a fool like this. Now calm down. Like I can do that. I might contract his stupidity if he gets any closer. How dumb can you be? I saw it and I literally still can't believe it. I fucking love how fucking mean Sasuke is. And I love the look on his face like, are you fucking for real? The look in his eyes right now is fucking perfect. I love the two of them. I just want to be in a little fucking sand. I'm just going to shove myself right here. I'm just going to stuff myself right in there. Like, squeeze it. No, you could get closer. I'm squished, but it's perfect. It's the perfect man sandwich.
Hey, you keep saying these things. Wait, are you talking about me?
Enomoto. I didn't say that out loud. I knew this was only going to get worse. Who the hell did you think I meant? Are you honestly so stupid you didn't get that?
What?
You're far dumber than I ever imagined. If there was an idiot Olympics, you'd win gold.
What the hell, man? I'm the moron? Take a look at yourself, fool. You thought that seaweed head was a good look?
Are you making fun of his beautiful pastel green hair? Because I like it, thank you very much. Enoki and seaweed. They might go well together. Enoki and seaweed. Nicknames for Mineo Enomoto and Takeru Sasuke, respectively. Enoki is a type of mushroom, which is commonly used in miso soup, as is seaweed. Thus, Tadaishi has secretly dubbed them both the miso soup duo. This route is great so far because we just get a little bit of the boys' backstory. I love it. We get a little background on the boys, like when they first met, and like it's adorable, and I love this, and I want to stay here and happy before Sadaishi does weird, bad things, and Akito does bad things, and somebody dies. I don't know. Hey, this has nothing to do with you. Seriously? You don't even know that Sadaishi was making fun of you this whole time.
Huh? What are you talking about? He was profiling me earlier, wasn't he?
It's just layers of stupid with you. That wasn't profiling. That was just simple observation that anyone could pull off.
Observation?
I'm not even a profiler and I knew all of that about you. It's as plain as day. How did you even get into the police force?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to start a fight? You want to go?
Enough. I had to put all of this to a stop. Couldn't let them go on any longer. At least I understood one thing. These two would not get along.
But, Yanagi, this jerk...
We haven't even finished introductions and you're already fighting. So, Sasuke, I'm IG Yanagi, formerly of Section 1. I'd like you to properly introduce yourself as well. You already know who I am. Rather, I haven't decided whether I'll be helping you. It's not gonna work if this guy's here. We'll get nowhere. Of course, Sasuke's glare was directed squarely at Enomoto.
Me?
Like I said, who else could it be? Oh, are you sure you don't want to team up? If Yanagi's team doesn't work with us, then you won't get any new intel. It's not like I mean, that's a separate issue. From the way Sasazuka stumbled, I sensed that he had come here as part of some deal he made with Sataishi. Maybe he promised to leak him intel from the police station or something. Sataishi currently worked for the police, but he wasn't particularly loyal to the job. He'd be fired or worse if he was caught, but Sataishi valued his own gains above that. Which is really funny because now it would be really, like, now you're learning, like, oh, so Sataishi kind of bribed Sasazuka into joining, but it's like, oh, well, that's what they wanted. Like, so it was weird because they never like, oh, we all work together, blah, blah, blah. And then, so, but like now that you're seeing this, you're like, well, it makes more sense that Sadaishi would like bribe Sasazuka into joining the group so that they can solve X Date because that's part of Adonis's plan and he works for Adonis. And it's like, well, and if you had seen this beforehand, it would have been like, huh. You know what I mean? It would have seemed like, why? He seems like he's being like a puppet master and kind of was, but we didn't want to know that. Whatever Sasazuka worked out with Sataishi wasn't important right now. But I had something I wanted to say. Sasazuka, Enomoto and I are here because we're investigating the X-Day crimes happening in Shinjuku. All of our goals might be slightly different, but our determination to solve this is real. You know as well as I do that there's only so much you can accomplish investigating this on your own after you cut ties with the police. But we still want to do what we can. We'll leave no stone unturned in our efforts. I just like solving mysteries, but solving these mysteries should also stop the crimes. My passion for the job is plenty genuine, FYI.
Wow, it's so fishy.
How rude. I'm serious about my intent to solve this at any cost.
I wonder about that.
And then see, he's already suspicious of Shaishi, and you're like, for good reason, though.
But wait, you're still working for the police. Are you sure you're okay with helping us out?
What's the problem? I'm good enough to not get caught. And even if I do, you'll go down with me.
You're already planning to sell us out?
Let's back burner that question.
You can't really put that on hold. Is this guy really your friend, Yanagi?
So what about you, Inoki? Why are you looking into the X-Day cases?
It's not Inoki. I'm Enomoto.
Yet another topic we can shelve. I think we can shelve, sorry.
Hey, this is my name here.
So?
Pursuing the X-Day incidents because you really just want to know why they happened.
Why they happened? I thought I noticed Sadaishi's expression. I thought I noticed Sadaishi's expression actually becoming serious for a moment when he heard Enomoto's reply.
You know that people are saying the police negligence is the main reason behind the X-Day killings, right? They're saying that it's all because the police have gone bad, or because they're incompetent.
This is where Sasazuka pops in like, well, you are good. Just like, huh, they've gone bad or they're incompetent. You, right now, I know he's not totally incompetent. He's good at some things. He's just not good at investigating. Poor Enomoto. He's not the brightest star in the sky, okay? But then it's like, but it's funnier because it's like your mentor is one of the people that went bad, and you're not the brightest star. I don't know. You're not great examples.
I don't think that's the whole story. Police caused all this by existing. I doubt it.
I couldn't tell why exactly, but Tadaishi was fixated on Enomoto's facial expressions. As Sasazuka had been verbally thrashing Enomoto moments prior, and didn't say a word. A countdown initiated by the X-Day perpetrator started on April of this year. It began at the number 9. Both the public and the police believe that something will happen in January. Something much larger in scale than the events that have occurred so far. It's already October. We don't have much time left. You're fucked. It's almost December now. Since, like, you know, for me. Since we're out, we can't count on the police. We need collaborators. Tadaishi worked for the police, but he was the only exception. We couldn't count on the police. Conversely, it meant that we couldn't trust the police. There were many factors that made it impossible for us to rule out the possibility of a mole inside the police. Sasazuka, you don't seem like a people person to me, but you accepted Sadaishi's invitation. Would you mind telling us why? I have no interest in the X-Day incidents. Then after a brief but awkward silence, he continued. Honestly, I don't even care who the criminals are. You never mince words.
Hey, you!
Minamoto.
But if he doesn't care about Sylvan X-Day, doesn't that mean he won't be cooperating with us? Why would we work with someone like that?
He hasn't finished yet, I think. I was taken aback, but it was too early to judge. Sadaishi just kept smiling. He'd probably known this from the start. There was some significance to Sadaishi bringing Sasazuka here. My objective is to return Shinjuku to normal. That's all. To do that, I need to solve X-Day. Arresting the criminals is secondary to that. Neither his expression nor his words gave me any reason to doubt his sincerity. This was Sasazuka's real intent, his honest objective. In other words, so you want to end Shinjuku's quarantine. Felt like something was a bit off about my theory. No, that's not right. He actually... And then I remembered. That sharp glare of his when he first entered. It was hostilely directed at something. Ah, the Swords and Firearms Control Law. How did you know? Sasazuka's eyes widened in surprise. It seemed that I hit the nail on the head. You paused for a moment when you entered this room. Your expression changed when you saw us. It was loathing, or rather disgust. I thought about it and realized you were looking at our holsters. If you hate guns, then that would be a sensible objection. I see. I'm glad there's only one moron in this room. Sasazuka sneered, but I could tell from his eyes that the scorn had given way to calm. All right. I'm Takeru Sasazuka. I'm good at hacking. That's all. At any rate, he was willing to help us now. At least half of his motivation was the intel Sadaishi was offering, but I didn't mind. I look forward to working with you. I softened my expression and extended my hand to shake. Sasazuka looked at my hand, then closely at my face. That reminds me, Yanagi, what's your objective? I basically understand what Sadaishi and the idiot want. So what reason do you have for investigating the X-Day cases? Yeah! He cut straight to the heart of the matter. For a short moment, my thoughts stopped. Are we not going to find out? It's already December?! We jumped 2 months and a half. Wait, was this... Okay, so this is when they're going to find us? Okay. What reason do you have for investigating the X-Day cases? My reason? Huh. It had already been 2 months since the day Sasazuka first walked into this office. Back then, I couldn't respond right away. I remember replying that I couldn't condone terror, and that I still had my convictions. Things like that. Those were definitely my true feelings. I want to solve this and stop all the pain I can. Right now, Shinjuku wasn't normal. All semblance of normality had vanished. I wanted to take it back. I wanted to protect those who couldn't sleep. Those feelings weren't a lie. They couldn't be, but I couldn't escape a thought that I'd buried. In the end, maybe what I wanted was just validation for myself. Are they going to show how they rescue us? Because that'd be kind of interesting. Somebody. Oh, I'm going to guess Okazaki. Ah, good morning, Yanagi. Heading out for breakfast. Hey. Yes, more. What? Yeah. Yes. I've been lost in thought, so I accidentally answered him normally. But that wasn't right. That wasn't how I should treat the man standing before me. Okazaki, were you just standing around for the entire night? Yeah. Boy, I sure am starving. Mind if I join you for breakfast? Of course I mind. Huh? Why? How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need your protection. Oh, you don't need to worry about me. I rotate with Yoshinari, so I get plenty of rest. Oh, I'm not the least bit worried about you. Oh, this back and forth was giving me a headache. There was a hint of tension in his absent-minded face. This odd man was an SP officer assigned to us by the police. His name was Kei Okazaki. Of course, he was our bodyguard in name only. Someone at the police station just wanted to keep tabs on us. Well, it'd be odd if they didn't suspect us. Anyway, Sadaishi still worked for the police. Sasuzuka had quit the force just recently. Even Enomoto had worked his way into a field ops team unusually quickly. Formerly Investigation Section 1, our little team was bound to get noticed. But assigning SP to us doesn't make sense. SP's original mission was VIP protection. With all the chaos, there's got to be far more important people to protect. No matter how much they suspected us, this wasn't something SP was typically tasked with. Surveillance would be public security's job, and patrols are public safety's domain.
Public security. Public security officers of the Metropolitan Police Department whose duties mostly involve the maintenance of law and order by investigating and enforcing the law on terrorists and foreign spies. What's wrong, Yanagi? Do I have something on my face?
No, I was just thinking about how spaced out you look, as usual.
Really? It's okay. I'll fulfill my mission regardless of whether I look that way.
The way he deflected everything with his odd reactions made him difficult to deal with. Okazaki didn't usually engage in conversation. Sadaishi was troublesome in a different way. He was unaffected by my hostility towards him. Couldn't let my guard slip around him. The only option I had left was retreat.
Oh, can I come inside?
Did I say you could? We don't need your protection. Get lost.
Ugh. Yanagi, you're always so cold.
Okazaki.
Fine, I get it. I'll just wait patiently outside.
He stubbornly refused to leave. He had an inordinate amount of patience. Leaving the flippin' Okazaki behind, I entered the office. Closed the door and looked around. 3 people were inside. Enomoto, who was typically here. Sasuzuka and... Sadaishi?
We've been waiting for you, Yanagi.
Sadaishi's post was at Shinjuku Station. He worked with us, but he didn't come by much. But here he was, early in the morning, and he was smiling, which gave me pause. It looked like his typical bemused grin. It feel like we just left? Because we were talking about going, and then Okazaki was like, "Can I come with you?" No! And then you go inside, and you're like, "Wait, now you're here? Have we been wandering around?" It's weird. Anyway, but it appeared to be stronger today. Is he nervous? I wouldn't expect that from Sadaishi. It was the only way to describe it, though. Something was off. This didn't feel right. Who would have thought they would have made contact? What do you mean? What happened?
Nothing actually happened, just... It would be faster if you looked at this.
With that, Sadaishi handed me an unsealed envelope. The envelope's seal was an anemone. An anemone. Don't hurt yourself, kid. An anemone flower. The flower was the symbol of Adonis. There's also a letter inside the envelope. It read,
As part of the countdown to X Day, a woman will be killed by poison in Shinjuku Garden on December 6th.
at zero, whatever, however you say that. It's like not 100, it's 0000. I don't know how you say that in military time, anyway. Panting. Why was I pursuing X Day? Still didn't have an answer to that question that I honestly believed. But I couldn't afford to let this go. I don't want to have those feelings anymore. I had to become stronger. Strong enough to prevent any more sorrow. I wanted to protect whomever I possibly could. That's all I believed. We're like literally running in circles. Is she here? Coming to my rescue. Oh, look! you. My breath stuck in my throat. Felt like my throat had seized up. In the indicated spot, there was a woman lying on the ground, surrounded by red flowers. It was exactly like that nightmare I once had. So that nightmare he had. Okay, we can skip this because it's all the same, but that's interesting. So that nightmare he wants, I know everyone's probably like freaking out, like, you should have just read the whole thing. And I probably should have just read the whole thing, but we know what happens. They show up, blah, blah, blah. We're not skipping that much, to be honest with you. But that's interesting. So that nightmare was not real? Are we in some kind of weird ass time loop? Like, oh, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I've just played too many games where we're actually dead. like we're all actually dead and this is hell. So I just wouldn't, if there was some weird supernatural shit going on, I'd be like, well, not surprised. All I'm saying. Anyway. So. Don't report it, because we know what happens when we report it. Chapter 0 is actually really long with Yanagi. Interesting. Obviously, we're skipping through a lot of this because it's all stuff that we've kind of read before, and, you know, we don't need that much background. We've got our background. We just want to get into the Yanagi stuff, so. Sorry, I know usually, like, in some games, we'll, like, when we skip through, we reread everything again, but... Oh! I miss you, you handsome crazy bastard. Still one of my favorites. You're one of the top 5. There's only 5 of them. We're supposed to lie to him, which is what we normally do, because otherwise we'll go down Sadaishi's route, and we don't want to do that. And then all the next stuff. Okay, so we do our standard. And then it's interesting because we don't do the normal talking to Sakuragawa and then end up in his path. There's a bunch of other choices in this chapter, so this is interesting. This is an interesting choice 0. Chapter 0. Choice 0? Whatever. Don't glare at me like that, Yanagi. Those beautiful purple eyes. Do 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 do. I was just kind of thinking through all of the routes, and like, I think Okazaki's is the only one that didn't really leave too much of an impression on me. Like, it was good at the time, you know what I mean? But afterward, you're like, I don't really remember it that well. Like, Sasuzuka's is like, no. Enomoto, like, he's not one of my favorites, but he is because he was a really great character and I liked his route. But obviously, like, Sasuzuka and Sadaishi are my fucking favorites. They're my fucking favorites. They're my tops. Yanagi's route's going to be great too, don't get me wrong. But you know what I mean? Like, they always put a lot of effort in the canon path. Like, you know what I mean? This is the canon path that you can't do till after, so it's pretty standard and it's good. But it doesn't have quite the amount of twists as some of the other ones. You know what I mean? Like, look at Sadaishi's route. You're like, oh, why would you do that to me? Could you imagine if his was the canon route? Like, what? No! Ah! Your mind would have... Can you imagine if that was the end of the game? Like, that was just it, and you're like, I have to wait for you to get out of jail? No, that sucks, and I feel really depressed. Like, there's a happily ever after in 10 to 20 years. Like, I can't imagine. Like, you murdered people. I can't... Oh. I still don't want to believe it. Oh, right. This is where Sasuke gets off my line. Yeah! Oh! Get you and your glowing fucking vampire eyes. You don't care if I die. You don't care if I die? God damn it, stupid cat. You love me. He's the only one that got physical with us, is all I'm saying. Everyone else will, like, kiss us, maybe hold our hands, but he was the one that, like, pushed us down and... Oh! Sasuke, wow. I'm not gonna wait for this shit. Okay. Enomoto, they're gonna be waiting till they're married because, you know, he's so awkward, strange. This is the same day I was collared. It's on December 6th. Jesus. Do we sleep at all? Well, see, this is our sleeping with Okazaki. And we had the sleeping with Sadaishi kind of scene, the accidental sleeping with scene. But we didn't get a CG for it, and I'm disappointed. We also had the sleeping with Okazaki where he fell asleep on the floor and we fell asleep in our bed. Or on the couch, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we had that accidental scene. And that we didn't have a CG, but we had that one. But we didn't get anyone in Sadaishi's path about, like, snuggled up. And I just wanted that. I needed that in my life. Ugh. Oh, Enomoto. We haven't slept in like 24 motherfucking hours. I guess half being poisoned this morning was enough. Although I do love this, some yelling at each other. So, what the hell? You're like, you know what, Enomoto? Fucking kick your ass. It's gonna really suck when we do those bonus scenes. I understand. When we do the bonus scenes at the end and you hear their real voices, and it puts me to shame. I mean, it's obviously gonna put me to shame. I can't do man voices, but I'm just saying, like, I take pride in my attempt, okay? I take pride in my attempt at doing voices for the characters, and then you go and you professional voice actors are better than me, and it makes me feel sad. I will never be that good. You know, unless they want to hire me to do an old lady voice. Pretty sure I could do that. Or just like an obnoxious voice. I'm pretty good at that. I'll just talk normal. We're skipping a lot in this. We're gonna have to probably... Okay, so then we talk to him. Is working for the SP hard. That's not gonna... Wait. I mean, that's what it says in the guide. We normally skip all of this. Like, in the first... But we... Here's the creepy part. It's probably because we're in Yanagi's route. But normally, if we lie to Sadaishi, you don't care if I die, I understand is working for the SP hard. That's where we get the bad ending. That's where we get the bad ending. And we die. Like, woo, phew. I studied the overview of the X-Day crimes in detail, having a sigh when I was finished. Okay, so now we're at the... Starting my investigation, I should review the cases. Okay, so, oh, that's right, because normally here is where we go through and we pick the cases we want to review, or like I always just don't need to because we've already reviewed them all. Interesting, so this is where it changes. Anyway. I studied the overview of the X-Day crimes in detail, heaving a sigh when I was finished. That's a pretty massive overview. Again, I was struck by the crime's complexity. The people who put this collar on me told me to investigate X-Day. I had no idea why they'd make such a request. They sent notices to Yanagi's group and want me to work with them. That much I know. But what was the point? What could we find out that the police hadn't already uncovered? I don't feel like I'll be much help there. After all, I was still a rookie. I hadn't yet completed my first year on the job. Yanagi's team investigations were both giving their all just to glean basic details. Okay, wait, so there is... After we do... So this is different, but then I think there's a point where there's obviously something that we ask Yanagi a question. That must be what... I mean, we're already on his path, so it's like, doesn't matter, right? But, we're also going to get a bad ending right off the bat in Chapter 0 here. And then, because there's a part where you go to forensics, and that's where we'll go to forensics, meet Sakuragawa, blah, 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 and then we have that choice. It's not really a choice. It's the one thing that puts us in Yanagi's path, which we're already in, but you know what I mean? So it kind of, sort of works out the same way. Anyway. Yanagi's team investigations were both giving it their all just to glean basic details. Yet, we don't even know what the criminals want. Their goal. Right. their goal. The ghastliness of the confounding nature of the X-Day killings was bewildering, but they weren't isolated incidents. They were an organized series of crimes. Whether or not there were multiple criminals, the crimes all had to have a common goal. There are vague theories about Adonis being anti-government or attempting a coup, but it didn't feel like it was something that simple to me. All of the crimes have been part of a countdown. And these crimes were the setup moves that were leading up to checkmate, which is X Day. In other words, the moves wouldn't make sense without knowing their underlying motives. I need to collect my thoughts a bit more. I was confused from thinking about all the previous incidents at once. Unless I approached this from a different angle, I'd overlook something important. While I was deep in thought, my phone beeped. Did you make it home safely? It was a text from Yanagi. That's right, we did exchange contact info. Is he worried about me? The thought put a little bit of warmth into my heart. I'm alright, nothing worth mentioning happened. Did Okazaki say anything? Okazaki? They must be really wary of leaking intel to him. I didn't tell him about the collar. Okazaki seems to know a lot about all of you at the office, though. What did he say? He said that you're definitely the father out of everyone at the office. I typed in a message as I recalled what Okazaki said in our conversation. I stopped short of sending the message. He must be really worried about something. I could imagine it. Okazaki acted differently than most people, and part of him that was pretty disarming. Wait. Oh, he replied. I was a little excited to see how Yanagi would react to my message. I'm not nearly old enough to have 3 sons in their 20s. It's kind of funny. I couldn't help but chuckle at his overly serious reply, because I can see Yanagi's face. I can see her laughing, because you can see Yanagi's face like, the fuck? I love it. I think he means that you're reliable. I honestly can't tell with that guy. He certainly is mysterious. He looks dull, but he's pretty sharp. Don't let your guard down around him. Got it. I'll be careful. I couldn't let Okazaki know about the collar. I also couldn't let the fact that I was trying to investigate X-Day slip. I made a mental reminder to stay vigilant, and then I recalled something. It felt like the text exchange was over. Yanagi made no further replies. Come to think of it, Yanagi said he was investigating the X-Day crimes as a whole. If that's the case, Yanagi might have some insight about the entire series of incidents. Yanagi, can I ask you a few things? What's up? I gulped. I typed out the text. What do you think Adonis's overall goal for the X-Day crimes is? Adonis claims they meant to rescue society. If they were just committing indiscriminate murder, well, that wouldn't really make sense. These crimes definitely had a purpose much larger than simply killing people. There was no need to go to such ridiculous lengths just to commit mass murder. After a short while, the reply came. Revenge. Revenge. That word had a profound weight to it. But before I could try and put the pieces together, my phone beeped again. Can you meet up now? Huh? I wasn't expecting that response. My train of thought was derailed and I just stared at my phone screen. Girl, yes, go meet up with Yanagi. Yay. Oh, look how sweet he is. You're not Zero, are you? Because that would make me really fucking sad. How though? How could you be? Because we had to kill you at one bad ending. I'm sorry to call you out right after you got home. I should apologize for making you come all the way out here. It's not a big deal. I'm the one who told you not to go out again. There's something I wanted to discuss. Yanagi turned and started walking. Where are we going? I followed him, puzzled. You must be tired. You've been through a lot. I have no idea who put that collar on you. You're now surrounded by strangers who doubt you. Nobody's expecting you to stay calm through it all. His grumbled words expressed a moderate display of concern for my well-being. It made me a little happy. I realized that he'd always been like this. Yanagi never acted like he suspected me. Instead, he treated me like I was a victim. I'm okay. I'm a police officer after all. So I had to make it clear to him. If I was a layperson, I might have just cooped myself up at home and cried. But that wasn't a luxury afforded to me. If I lose control here, I wouldn't be worthy of wearing the badge. I see. Got a lot of grit. Inagi glanced over at me, his expression softening. We're going to end up cutting this part, probably, because this part's going to probably go on really long, so. It was wrong of me to assume that about you without knowing how you felt. Please don't apologize. I know I don't have any choice but to push on, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared. It's true that this situation is chaotic, and I can understand why Sasazuka and the others would suspect me. But there's something that I haven't figured out. What is it? You don't really seem to doubt me. Maybe he did internally, but he showed no outward signs of it. Sasazuka stated that I might be tied to the criminals, but Yanagi had defended me. In my opinion, Sasazuka and Enomoto were the ones acting more normally. Objectively, I was the most suspicious person. My only claim to innocence was my words. Yanagi didn't say anything. I knew he wasn't ignoring me. He seemed to be deep in thought. And now, dun dun dun, I'm going to stop. So I'm going to stop here before we get too deep into finishing chapter 0, and we'll continue finishing chapter 0 in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.